And we are back, spotting on in with not yet a qualifying round, but we do have some very significant updates to very big upsets, I would say, come down here. ShaDoWn did take out Trigger 2-1, and Vindicta took out Ryung 2-1. So now we're getting a bit of a TvP on our hands. We are getting Vindicta versus ShaDoWn.
Let's go. As you mentioned, a little bit brutal here, but this means that both Ryung and Trigger have been eliminated from the tournaments. They will not make it into the knockout bracket. They will not make it further into the main event of ESL Masters Winter. Their tournament runs have ended.
Just like so. Such is life in the open stage. Regardless, we are going to be continuing our series now on Oceanborn, where we're in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way. In the top left, we in fact have our red Terran player coming out from the land of America. Currently teamless, to my knowledge. Used to be one of us here, very near and dear to our hearts. We have Vindicta.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the French Protoss, a player representing the Platinum Heroes, his ex-teammate. It is ShaDoWn.
A little bit of a reunion on our hands, a little bit of an unfortunate reunion. Circumstance says they do have to face each other as opponents in the lower bracket of knockout stage. Knockout stage, open stage. One of them will be trying to advance to the knockout stage.
Exactly. Bunny is patiently waiting for the winner of this series, either a Terran or a Protoss. It's either going to be a TvT or a TvP qualifying match right after this. Again, we're nearing the end of the broadcast today, as today we are only covering the open stage. So we're nearing the end. We can soon get some rest, as the sun has more than risen here. It is 10, almost 11 a.m. in the morning. So, yeah. Has the sun risen in Singapore?
It has. I stepped outside and I was wondering, did I leave the lights on? I didn't. It was in fact the sun that has come up. Could hear some birds going ooh.
Oh.
Could hear a chicken calling as well, a rooster calling.
Yeah, it is known that the birds in Singapore, they are weeps.
They very much are.
Yeah.
Can't blame them. It's just, you know, what they've been fed.
Being force-fed anime. Oh my god. As we are going to be settling into this, and so far we have some pretty standard openers. It was a Rax Expand, very economic opener by Vindicta, going for a delayed factory. Meanwhile, ShaDoWn going for a Gate Cyber Expand as well. We have our tech of choice though from our Protoss.
Indeed we do. That's a little bit of an earlier Twilight Council. Diverting away from Stargate for the time being, which is probably a good call, as Vindicta is opting to go for a cheeky little 3 racks with Reapers.
There we go. It's going to be a 3x opener out of Vindicta. As you mentioned, this is ideal against a Stargate-based build. But as we can see, there is no Stargate. There's a Twilight Council. This is going to be a little bit better for ShaDoWn. Once Vindicta realizes what's going on, he can pivot away and go into Marauder production, as the Adept is going to be threading a Shade. And we don't really get to see too much here. ShaDoWn, he only sees the initial Vax, doesn't see what is behind this.
Yeah. These 2 Reapers will be a little bit of a tell, but Vindicta will be able to dodge them for the time being.
He does avoid those Adepts. He's zooming across the map back at home. How many gateways? We have 1 gateway done, 2 gates on the way. It's going to be 3 gates blink here for ShaDoWn. A very safe way to open up. He's going to have a lot of Stalkers to work with. Eventually, we'll be expanding. Not the most aggressive opener we could have seen, and the Reapers will confirm this as they get into the main base, and they have yet to see the Twilight Council.
Yeah, real good placement here from ShaDoWn. Vindicta now
diving
back behind the mineral line, but I believe still a little far away to confirm that Twilight Council. With the Robo, I'm assuming Vindicta will have that at the back of the mind. He will.
Yep.
He recognized that it's a possibility, as there we go.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Marauder production has commenced because he recognized that it's going to be a Twilight Council opener. Meanwhile, a big pickoff here in the main base. 5 probes went down. That was crazy. So a big economic blow here to ShaDoWn. Vindicta in a pretty damn good position here, and again, really good scan information as well. Building up that Marauder count, working towards a concussive shell, eventually towards a delayed combat shields here, but should be on the horizon soon thereafter.
Yeah. Really wants to prioritize getting those Marauders and making sure those Marauders are as beefy as possible for this eventual move out.
Yeah, and here we go. The move out is upon us. Now, the goal here of this push is to deny the third base. We'll see if we can pull it off. We could even try to go a little bit further, but the Observer does get eyes on the Marine army as well as the Marauders, so ShaDoWn is getting ready back at home. No shield batteries at the natural. Uh-oh.
Yeah, quite a dangerous position right now for ShaDoWn, especially with how aggressively he's teched up.
Yeah, Stim isn't done, by the way. We're still a couple of seconds away. One Marauder is going to get picked off. Nice target firing out of ShaDoWn. Blink has been revealed. Of course, we were aware that it was coming. And Vindicta, he's going to back off. Again, the Stalker count is looking quite solid here for the Protoss. We do get a lot of damage done, but the Stalkers, they survive.
Yeah, for now. Not much longer, by the looks of things.
Yeah, so he has to back off. He has to respect that position. Again, he already stimmed once. Medevacs are still on the horizon here, and ShaDoWn has survived. He's getting his third base up and running. Colossus production is underway as well, and the game will progress.
Just like so. As now the tables have turned a little bit, ShaDoWn now looking to apply a little bit of pressure on Vindicta. Having this Observer is absolutely key in that. He has the option to blink into the main, but he also spots that Vindicta is being active with his bio army, so it's not going to be too easy for him to try to get into that main base.
Yeah, one Stalker gets picked off. The army is going to be trapped as well. We do blink away, but a couple of Stalkers did end up falling here for ShaDoWn, so not the best trades in the follow-up. Meanwhile, third CC is on the way, so Vindicta, he's looking for a longer game. He's going to be getting into the mid-game here, and thankfully for Vindicta, he does preserve most of his army. Did keep most of his Marauders and Marines alive. Maybe I spoke too soon, as ShaDoWn is looking to try and pick off whatever units he can. Oof.
Yeah, this is definitely a time to do so before the medevacs are out, before Vindicta can really start stimming willy-nilly.
Oh, exactly, but the medevacs, they have since arrived. Vindicta, he can top up his army. Third base soon to be taken here. ShaDoWn sees everything with the Observer. He does get eyes on the third. He's just building up his Marauder count, so his Colossus count back at home. Scan into this base does reveal the Colossus here as a splash damage of choice.
Yeah, Vindicta knows that even despite his Marauder count, he has to respect that. He wants to make sure that he has a bit more beef with his army, has a tank or two, has a couple of Vikings to really support. He is going to be moving forward to supply a little bit of pressure, but he knows he's not going to be able to pounce on top of ShaDoWn for the time being.
Exactly, yeah. He is aware that he can't really touch his opponent yet. He's just fighting for map control. Third base getting fully operational. We got the Ghost Academy on the way. Viking production as well. Tank production on top of that. So, yeah, we're just kind of building up towards the mid-game to an eventual push. Until then, though, Vindicta, he's just flying for map control. Just making sure that there's no, Prism on the maps. No Adepts either. Just trying to keep an eye here on Oceanborn.
Yeah. Just spreading out his army, or spreading out his Marines to have eyes everywhere. Not where the Warp Prism is, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, along those lines, we have yet to see this Prism. We do have Charge on the way behind this. ShaDoWn is working towards a fourth base. He's building up that Colossus count. We have 3, by the way, soon to be 4. We have hit critical mass. ShaDoWn is pushing out with a pretty terrifying army, not just with his army, but also with a counterattack, with a backstab with that Prism. The Immortals! Oh.
Yeah, definitely looking to go for that multi-prong harass. Vindicta does scout the army a little bit here from ShaDoWn. We'll be able to apply a little bit of damage on one of the Colossus. Doesn't have much back in his main base, unfortunately.
Oh, exactly. As we do get an EMP on some of those Zells, at the same time, ShaDoWn, he does rotate over towards the third base. We do have a couple of Vikings in position, and Vindicta, the tank's not quite where they need to be.
No, they're not. Do have a Ghost in position, but hasn't quite been able to really land at EMP. Looks like the Warp Prism is somehow still alive, despite all of these Vikings. 14 SCVs go down. Vindicta is not in a good place economically. The pressure really is on him to reciprocate the damage.
Yeah, it really is. Big EMP here on the army. We have plenty of Vikings as well. We can chase this, by the way, and this could go in favor of Vindicta. One Colossus goes down. Second and third Colossus soon to be going down as well. Vindicta, he just swallows up this army. Another Colossus, bit of a misrally.
Yeah, unfortunate rally here from ShaDoWn. Really good spread of units here from Vindicta. making sure that his Vikings were never really in danger of those stalkers. We do have this massive backstab here with the Warp Prism, really messing up Vindicta's economy once again, but it looks like Vindicta, he just has so much momentum going his way. He's just all in at this point.
Yeah, he's going for the kill. Like, sure, back at home he's losing a lot of SCVs, that is true, but he's going for the kill move. He's looking to camp the production, camp these rovers. We have a disruptor on the way. The first Colossus or another Colossus has arrived to reinforce, but this robo is going to go down. The disruptor will not be made.
That it will not. The Vikings are now gone here from Vindicta, so yeah, no easy way to really deal with that Colossus, but yeah, just looking at how much bio he has left, looking at his Marauder count, I think Vindicta still has this.
100%. As 2 tanks go down, but he has 2 tanks remaining. He's also going to try to dive on forward as well. We have the high ground. Colossus doing what he can, but Vindicta, he ignores it for now. He just takes control of the ramp, takes control of the main base.
Yeah, not quite able to deal with that Colossus just yet. Tanks go down, but again, look at all this bio. Look at how vulnerable every other unit of ShaDoWn is. Now dropping right on top of the Colossus, and that's the backbone of the Protoss army gone. Look at that supply plummet for ShaDoWn.
Yeah, he is down to sub 60 supply. Big EMP on the army once again. It looks like ShaDoWn is going to be forcing this main army back, but we have reinforcements soon to arrive. The Zealot counterattack has been cleaned up, and Vindicta, he can focus on his push. Does scan, does see the 4th base, but I don't think he's really too concerned about that.
Yeah, well, we'll see as these chargelets are able to get on top of the tank just in the middle of its siege. Here come the bio reinforcements, so yeah. Vindicta's not feeling too worried at this point.
A massive stimmer across the map. The Nexus is going to be going down. We get on top of some of these Stalkers as well. We're sending our reinforcements towards that 4th base to make sure we can just shut down any kind of chance, any glimmer of hope that ShaDoWn could have in this game by getting on top of the economy, even getting on top of the army.
Just like so. Waiting for that medevac before really stimming on forward. Tosis Pylon does get taken out. One more Colossus does pop out, and that's a very, very good choke point to utilize here for ShaDoWn.
Yeah, it is a good choke point here. The Colossus does arrive. Robo did get picked off, so no more Colossus production is going to be available, but so many probes have gone down. That's going to be a kill in the 4th base ShaDoWn. He's down to 2 mining bases, down to half the worker count of his opponent. He does have 1 Colossus, which, you know, can give you a little bit of hopium, but overall, there's not much left for the Protoss.
Yeah, especially since behind all of this, once Vindicta realized that he was safe after dealing with the Warp Prism, he actually remade that 4th.
There you go. 4th base is up and running. Planetary at that, by the way, so breaking this 4th is going to be nigh impossible for what ShaDoWn has left. The Colossus swiping away at this army, and again, there's a lot of power in the Colossus, but the 1 Marauder bullies it back.
Yeah. It's a funny image, seeing 1 Marauder force a Colossus to go all the way back home. Tiny little Marauder.
I mean, they're big at heart, you know, that's what matters most here in this TvP. As ShaDoWn is trying to regain control of his 3rd base, trying to get its economy back up and running. We do have a couple of Archons on the way. Looking at our upgrades here, no Storm, so just Archons are being produced. If we have a couple of Ghosts, we can deal with this with some EMPs, but it looks like we only have 1 Ghost in the main army, so Vindicta, he does have to respect this.
Yeah, he really, really does. 1 false move, and that's still quite a bit of splash damage that ShaDoWn has, and you know, these Marines are uber fragile to both the Archons and the 1 Colossus.
Yeah, they really are, as Vindicta doesn't want to overextend, doesn't want to throw away his army as well. A lot of his supply is in medevacs. He has to respect this, does back off. We do manage to fight toe-to-toe with some of these Stalkers, staying just barely out of range of that Colossus. 1 Zealot slips into these bases here, barely alive. It gets killed by the SCVs.
Yeah, absolute disrespect. As a couple of EMPs do land, the Archons just melt in front of it. A couple of Vikings do move on forward, deal with the rest of those, deal with the last of the Colossus. And once again, there's nothing stopping Vindicta from just stimming on forward, taking the W.
Yeah, ShaDoWn, he's knocked down to barely an army here. A handful of Stalkers are remaining, and now Vindicta, he can go for the kill move. This time behind this, there's no Robo, there's no Colossus, there's no splash damage, only a gateway army. ShaDoWn, he doesn't want to relent, he doesn't want to give up, But alas, Vindicta, he has gained too much momentum over the course of this game. He's in control, and it looks like he's going to be able to once again push on forward in between these bases.
Just like so. Scanning on for it just to make sure that there isn't anything that can really surprise him. No DTs or nothing.
Yeah, Zealot counterattack does come in from behind. We do kill the tank, but GG gets called, and Vindicta will take game number 1.
GG. He found the driver's seat, and he drove it all the way home. Nicely done.
Well, yeah, very nicely done, especially considering the opener. Remember, the initial 3 racks didn't really do too much. The Marauder army moved out, and we saw that ShaDoWn was able to handle it quite nicely. I mean, I say that, remember that Vindicta was very careful with his movement. Even though his 3 racks timing didn't really do anything, I think he killed like 1 Stalker, if that. What he did do was preserve his army, right? He pulled back home, kept his army alive, was able to save it for a later attack, for a later push, and that was when things mattered most, when he was on 3 bases, when he was able to deal with the main Colossus army.
Yeah, definitely a very decisive push coming up from Vindicta then. Yeah, he was ready to end things. He was ready to just end the game then and there, but I guess when he did scan the 4th base of ShaDoWn a little bit later down the line, recognized that, okay, I'm not quite going to be able to break you yet. I've dealt enough damage that I need to get done. I'm going to go back and reevaluate.
Oh, yeah. Did force him back, and with that, Vindicta, he does take a 1-0 lead in this series. One more game is all he needs here to advance on to a qualifying match. Uno más.
Yeah. Un momento, por favor. But we shall see as we spawn into Hecate for game number 2 of our best of 3 pre-qualifier match. That's what I'm going to call it. Over here in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left, we have our red Terran player coming out from the land of America. He is, of course, currently teamless, so representing himself, he is Vindicta. Miguelito.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue French player representing the Platinum Heroes down in the series, looking to fight back. It is ShaDoWn. Here we go. We are settling into this again. Vindicta, he is so close here to that qualifying match, but we'll see how he does progress. As a reminder, in the previous game, we saw a Rax expand into a 3 Rax follow-up, but there's a lot of power in that when it comes to smaller maps. On a map like Hecate, I'm not really seeing a 3 Rax being as effective, or really being tempted to go for a 3 Rax open.
Well, that's why it's going to work even better. It's got the element of surprise on your hands.
True. I mean, if you believe that your opponent's going to go for a Stargate opener, then there's still logic behind going for a 3 Rax. You could still catch a player that goes Oracle or Phoenixes off guard.
Yeah. And of course, a large map like Hecate is the right map to open up with a Stargate.
Here we go. Yeah, as we are going to be throwing down our CC on location. Once again, economic opener, going to be a Rax expand here from Vindicta. Meanwhile, at the same time, we have a bunker behind or in the mineral line even. So quite an assertive move here. Reaper's making its way across the map. And can we finish the bunker?
Well, he's going to try repositioning the SCV as best he can. This is ideal building RNG.
Yeah, there we go. He gets onto the other side of the bunker, and it looks like this bunker, it should fit. Oh, he gets on the other side again!
Bunker will finish up. Reaper will get into position. This is, I like how you described it. Like, this is just an assertive move. Vindicta's just establishing dominance.
Exactly. He has taken control of the natural base. So for those that are curious, you deal with this with a shield battery. You need a shield battery here on the low ground next to the pylon, and then eventually you'll be able to regain control of your natural base. Until then, though, until this bunker is dealt with, no mining. 0 mining here at the natural, and the longer this goes on, the worse it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It just has that knock-on effect. It will set you back quite a little bit as the game continues.
Exactly, as you do get the repair up on the bunker as well. And oh, we do avoid the Stalker shots once again. The juggling here on the SCV. And there we go. Finally, we do have the salvage on the bunker. SCV goes down. Shield battery finishes, but I mean, you already dealt with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, unfortunate start here from ShaDoWn. Thankfully, he didn't neglect making workers in that main base, so he is able to main out them over, get them mining pretty much immediately, as Vindicta does the same back home.
Oh.
Hey.
As this is a Twilight Council opener, I assumed it was going to be Blink again 2 games in a row, but no, it's anything but. It's going to be a Dark Shrine instead.
Anytime Dark Shrine.
He gets in.
What a sick play here from Vindicta using the KDA charge to boost himself over the wall. Hasn't quite scouted the Dark Shrine yet. He's getting there. He's getting there.
As he's going to get a probe kill here. He did come across the Dark Shrine. He did see it as well. The Hellion as well, wreaking havoc in the natural base. And probes are going down, at least 2 of them.
Just like so. Hellion will survive and will continue to be a slight annoyance here for ShaDoWn. We'll see what else it can really get done. As Vindicta... Yeah, I was going to say Vindicta not quite able to get a Raven just yet, but he's going across the map with a Widowmine drop, I believe.
Yeah, Widowmine drop is moving out. I don't know if Vindicta, if he clicked on the Dark Shrine. I'm hoping he did, and I mean, the Raven's on the way, so he should be wary, should be prepared here for this. Well, the Raven is actually poised to go for a auto turret counterattack instead, so I'm not too sure if he's aware of what's been going on here. The eBay has completed, though.
Yeah, so he can always throw around an auto turret, just like so. Vindicta, he knows.
Yeah, he knows. He clicked on it. He is aware of what's been happening. Here comes that first DT, though, and the... Oh, God, there we go. The first DT does waddle into mineral line, and we do have a scan. We do shut it down. We do have another Dark Templar going into the main, but the Raven is back at home.
Just in the nick of time. Meanwhile, that Widowmine did get a couple of probe kills here. It is only a single mine drop, so not devastating damage, but still, they trade 3 SCVs for 4 probes. This is pretty impactful, or rather pretty important damage for Vindicta to do right now, as he is down a base for the time being.
Yeah, and what's important as well is that the Widowmine survived. We were able to save the mine here. It's still going to pose a threat to ShaDoWn. We have to commit to some supply here to actually shut down this drop. And ShaDoWn across the map, he's still trying to find some value for his Dark Shrine. It hasn't really been worth it yet, but now we have some Archons on the way.
Yeah. And what's a Raven going to do against Archons?
What are you going to do about it? We'll see as he comes to drop into the main base. We're going to try and juggle our hearts out. 1 Marine goes down, a 2nd Marine as well. Good split, though, from Vindicta, just minimizing that splash damage.
Yeah, we don't quite have Interference Matrix yet, so it's not quite an option here for the Raven, but yeah, still can be useful throwing down an auto turret if need be. Widowmine burrows once again. We'll be getting another 5 probes. Vindicta still quite a bit behind when it comes to the worker count, but he's slowly trying to catch back up. Auto turrets will take out the Warp Prism with both Archons inside. That is well worth it here for Vindicta.
Oh my God, that was insane. A big pickup there from Vindicta. As you mentioned, that Widowmine is still alive, but did I speak too soon? Because I think oh no, we're not quite within range. We cannot shut it down. And now we can commit to our push. This has been spotted. ShaDoWn, he's aware. Blink is still on the way. It is delayed because of the DT opener, but it should finish up in time to deal with this push.
Yeah, meanwhile, Stim is about to finish up as well. A couple of medevacs, not quite with the main army. But Vindicta will divert a little bit, will make sure that they do not run into those stalkers. This is an extremely potent push timing coming out from Vindicta. +1 about to finish up as well, but most importantly, look at our army supply difference. Consider the fact that Vindicta does have Stim.
Yeah, Stim is done. We do have a decent amount of Stalkers here, as it looks like the Widowmine finally does get cleaned up, but we can get within range of the Cyber Core, and that's going to be a big pickup here as we drop into the main base. We have plenty of Stalkers in position.
Yeah, once the Cyber Core goes down, no more Stalkers. The only thing that ShaDoWn can really build from those gateways are going to be slow lots, and DTs, I suppose.
Oh, big anti-armor missile does connect with the main army though, and that means that ShaDoWn, he cannot engage. This army's looking a little bit bare bones though, so eventually we should be able to collapse on this. One gateway goes down, Pylon's getting depowered here, but ShaDoWn, he commits.
Yeah, despite the anti-armor missile still being online, a really good target firing with these tanks, taking out the Colossus. But things will get cleaned up here for Vindicta as another drop comes in towards the west.
No shot. The Pylon survives. With clean up the Zealots, so Vindicta, he does back off in the end. Is going to be giving ShaDoWn the breathing room he needs, but again, Vindicta, he's getting up into his 3-base economy here. His 3rd base is now on location. Did kill one of those Colossi, but ShaDoWn has survived. He has survived the aggression of the Terran, and now he can get into his own setup here, into his own 4 bases.
Just like so. It's going to be finishing up his upgrades, getting all of his tech. Thermal Lance is about to finish up, as is Charge. It looks like we're going to be getting a double Robo composition here from ShaDoWn. Feels bad, man. With these Stalkers, they blink forward to try to take out the medevacs, but they're just not in range.
Just barely not in range. It feels like they should be able to reach that, but unfortunately they are not, as the drops are stuck here between the bases. As you mentioned, double Robo Colossus production should be on the horizon here, eventually into Disruptors as well. ShaDoWn getting into a pretty comfortable position here, but Vindicta, he isn't done. We're going for another mine drop, and ShaDoWn, does he react in time?
Ooh. Somewhat.
Yeah, he does save his workers. One Stalker does get picked off. Mine shot goes off. 8 probes go down, as at the same time we have a drop here in towards the natural.
Yeah, 2 will get chased away, but still a lot of worker damage.
Yeah, 8 workers is pretty intense already. The mine, it's gonna reset. No shot.
Yeah, one of them will reset at the very least. No detection here, no detection here. 2 more probes go down. Could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. Could have been this Widow Mine. That connects with another 3.
Yeah, 5 in total. Drop comes back in, and ShaDoWn is being pulled apart at this point. Probes are falling left and right. Good target firing at the same time. ShaDoWn is focusing on his main push here at the 3rd base of Vindicta.
Yeah, but that's a lot of Terran army that ShaDoWn's trying to push into. A lot of Vikings, a lot of Widow Mines as well. EMP gets thrown out, and this army is really starting to crumble.
Yeah, exactly. Big EMP there. A nice spread as well. We go for the recall. Can we save the Colossus? We can save it in the end. Big save there from ShaDoWn, but he lost so much more. That's the problem here. He lost his Immortals, lost another Colossus, and now Vindicta, he has momentum on his side. Now he can push out.
And he's sending everything he's got across the map right now. ShaDoWn switched things up a little bit after getting the Colossus. Now he is diversifying his splash damage, opting for a couple of Disruptors.
Yeah, as a result, he can still take a fight. He's catching back up when it comes to the army supply. He's got his 4th base up and running. 5th base is on the way. Looking at the vision here, Vindicta, he scans. He's looking for the 4th. He doesn't know how powerful the economy is here for ShaDoWn.
Yeah, he really, really doesn't. Finally, he gets eyes on that 5th base. And this is going to be the tip-off here for Vindicta.
Yeah, he scans just to confirm as well, so he's now aware just how heavy the economy is in favor of ShaDoWn. Any advantage that Vindicta once had isn't really there as much anymore, as we now have those Disruptors hitting the field and ShaDoWn pushing out once again.
Yeah, looking to go up this ramp. He does have his Disruptors available now, so he can try to zone out the bio of Vindicta, make it a little bit less effective.
Yeah, the first Nova has connected with that Widow Mine. We have a second Nova in the bank or in the chamber as well here. So ShaDoWn, he does have quite a lot of potential with this army, but it's taking it very seriously. Yes, like it's very slow, very steady here, very methodically, because one good Nova is all it takes for ShaDoWn to win a fight.
Absolutely, and these Disruptors are a little bit embedded behind the Stalkers. It's going to be a little bit tougher to really target them down and target fire them down. Both Purification Novas get sent out, and neither of them land on much. or
That's
anything.
dangerous, but at the same time, here we go. Big Zealot counterattack in the main base. So going for the Fusion Core, going for advanced ballistics for Liberator range. At the same time, the main army is going to be pushing on forward as well. We do get a big EMP, but we are getting damage done. SCs are going down.
Left and right. Warpism will finally be dealt with, but like you said, the damage was dealt. SCV's going down left and right, and a lot of production getting caught out.
A lot of production is caught out, and here we go. We have Vindicta trying to vie for control here, trying to push on forward. Nova's going to be going up.
Will connect with a decent chunk of the SCVs. Very ballsy move there from Vindicta, but thankfully for him, he was able to take out the Disruptor before Purification Nova finished up here.
Yeah, this wasn't too good, and we do focus down another one of those disruptors here. Every unit goes down. Massive fight here in favor of Vindicta. The splits were amazing, the target firing as well. And now ShaDoWn, he pulls back home with what? With a handful of Stalkers and Zealots.
Yeah, I'm getting some deja vu here from game number 1. ShaDoWn comes in with an extremely terrifying push, is able to deal a lot of economic damage, but somehow Vindicta wins the engagement. Does have a lot of momentum going his way and will push all the way forward. Major difference here between this game and the game on Oceanborn, however, is the fact that it is a much larger map. ShaDoWn will have a little bit more time to really regroup his defenses.
He has more time, but the Nova, it does whiff in the end. The base is going to be going down as well. We do recall these probes to safety. The 5th base is going to fall, and Vindicta, he can keep on pushing from here. We do have a wave of reinforcements. Charge lots are in position. Stalkers as well. Big EMPs, though, and once again, ShaDoWn, he has to give up, and this base is going to crumble as well. Not just the 5th, but also the 4th.
Yeah, ShaDoWn trying to defend once again with his robo units, but it's just one Colossus, one Disruptor, and a handful of Stalkers.
Yeah, and it's just not going to be enough. It's not going to cut it. This base is going to go down. Liberation has arrived. We have freedom here from Vindicta, and what's the answer for all this freedom? We do have a couple of Stalkers, but the EMPs are too good. We dive on top of the Disruptor once again.
Will get taken out before the Purification Nova finishes. All of the Disruptors are gone. Bio Army is starting to thin out a little bit, but there's still enough of them to really zone away the Stalkers from these Liberators, and the Liberators are really doing a great job of keeping the Colossus back.
They really are. The Colossus barely does survive there. We can see ShaDoWn trying to double expand, trying to get some more bases up and running, but he's zoned away from his own natural bases. Robo falls as well. We are down to 1 Robo production, making 1 unit at a time. And it looks like from here, Vindicta, he's going to back off. He has done a lot of damage with this push. He's going to retreat, consolidate his army, and then go out once again.
Yeah, the last thing he wants to do right now is to overextend, is to give up that, is to have that foothold taken out before he can really reinforce. But yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate movement here from ShaDoWn will give Vindicta the opportunity to turn around, take out the Colossus, and keep this push going. DTs are out, but they do get EMP'd.
They get EMP. They did a lot of damage. They killed like 2 ghosts. That was actually pretty damn impressive what they got done. But the Robo is going to be depowered. We have units here at the natural, units in the 3rd base as well. And ShaDoWn, he is crumbling, and he's being zoned away by these Liberators.
Yeah, very aggressive blink forward from these Stalkers. Whilst the Bio was a little bit distracted, but he also sacrifices pretty much the vast majority of his anti-air to get to that position.
Exactly, as we are just stimming on forward, pushing up into the main base as well, just scanning to make sure that there are no Dark Templar, and there we go, the Dark Shrine does go down. ShaDoWn is establishing some of these other bases, but the Liberators have arrived, denying mining.
Yeah, barely any income left here for ShaDoWn.
The non-stop scans, but here come the DTs. Actual Dark Templar this time, but the scan is going to zone them away from the time being. Overcharge is popped. Is going to be buying some time here as in come those DTs. Do we have another scan?
Seems like we do not, as Vindicta hot picks up, gets the hell out of there.
Okay, he does end up retreating here. Picks up another Stalker. Nice attention to detail from Vindicta, still rallying everything across the map, still denying so much mining time here at these fringe bases. Oh my god, finally we can resume mining. That's 58 dead probes. Oh my god.
In that one assault, 89 probes have gone down in total this game.
Oh my god. The economy is not looking good.
30 to 1 Liberator.
And we're not done here. We're going up to 61-62. We can go toe-to-toe with the Stalker army as well. GTs are being forced back, and Vindicta, he's snowballing out of control. He's looking to advance onto a qualifying match. GG gets called, and Vindicta will take the 2-0.
GG. Very quick. Yeah, bit of a quicker series here. Very decisive attacks coming out from Vindicta each and every time. Every time it looks like his economy's in shambles, he just flips a switch, he turns on aggro, and he goes and he punishes his opponents for slight overextensions.
He punishes hard, mates. Like, and for a time there, I was like, yo, am I casting Migs or am I casting Beyond? The amount of times that he had no fear stimming forward and focusing down those disruptors over and over again, or even when he couldn't find the opportunity to do that, the splits as well, avoiding Novas. Those Purification Novas, the best connection they had was killing like 2 or 3 Marines. Like, we never saw
Yep.
any kind of decent connection from ShaDoWn because the splits or the target firing was just too damn good.
Yeah, each and every single time. Every single time it looked as though for a quick moment the Purification Nova expires and we look at the army. Vindicta still has units. I would have thought, oh, the Purification Nova landed. They notice the army unit's still alive, and it's like, no. Vindicta just killed the Disruptor just before the Purification Nova could complete.
Just before, and with that, congratulations to Vindicta as he advances on. My condolences to ShaDoWn, especially considering that, again, we had kind of an upset. ShaDoWn, he fought hard to make it this far. He eliminated Trigger of all players, to make it here into this further round here in the open bracket. So my condolences to ShaDoWn. I hope he is proud of his performance though, because again, taking down Trigger is no easy feat as Migs advances on to his next opponent.
Indeed, he does. The final opponent of the evening for Migs and for Bunny as well. We're going to have a TvT for our last qualifying match, at least for this group.
Exactly. So we're going to be going on a short break. When we return, we'll have a TvT between Vindicta and Bunny.
See you then.